Today or 10 years ago?
Today.
No, not at all. Disappointed but not surprised. I think it's the fifth one this season, right? So
Yeah.
that the toll's mounted. Ball kind of got rolling last year. I think that to me, when I always think of that topic, the first thing, the one big one I remember was USC first, second week of the year. And my question would be, if it's that bad, then why don't you do it a year ago or half a year ago? But it's a world we're living in right now, so I'm not surprised but disappointed.
Would you ever anticipate changing up your staff in the middle of a season?
For what purpose?
Any purpose. I mean,
if you thought it was going to serve an end, yeah, absolutely. But I've never been in that situation as an assistant or a head coach.
Okay.
Certainly as an assistant, I never thought I should be changed out. I mean, that was never on my mind.
Well, you had Jonathan Ogden, so.
Not the whole time. Easy.
But in relation to Paul Chryst, though, I mean, the success that he's had, 67 and 26, then even their down period has been 60% winning percentage. Did that catch you off guard, just knowing the way Wisconsin usually operates?
Yeah, I mean, it's surprising. It's surprising. Like I said, it's not surprising, but it's surprising. You think about the success they've had, but again, I'm not privy to all the details. I'm not there, so I can't comment on a specific, any one specific. Although I just brought up USC, that one kind of caught me off guard at that point, just because of it was week one or two. That was surprising to me. But what you never know is what's going on behind the scenes, and so I don't want to give commentary on one specific situation, broad-based. So I think it's kind of like us picking up two schools from the West Coast into the Big Ten. We're just living in different times right now. Operating in a different world, and we live in a very reactionary world right now too. That's obvious, and the fact that most of expansion's been driven by TV, I believe, at least with that in mind, and that's not. I mean, I'm going back 10 years there now, so we basically are in the entertainment industry, and some things come with that, and I think that's kind of what we're seeing. So it's in some ways we're becoming a little bit more like the NFL. I wish we had as many. I wish we had the structure the NFL had. That's one wish I would make, and maybe in the future we will.
Do you think the television revenue is encouraging schools to act quickly like this, knowing that there's so much money coming in that they can cover it?
Well, yeah. I don't know all those details, but it's a world we're living in right now. It's just it's a results-driven business, and it always has been. That's not new, but There's a lot of other things going on in college football, and I've coached in both arenas. When you coach in the NFL, there is no responsibility, accountability towards the player's graduation, towards their personal lives. Somebody else deals with all that, and that we didn't deal with graduation. So I think that's one of the rewarding parts about college is seeing people that are really changing, kind of like high school coaching. You're watching kids or young people in real developmental years of their lives. And the 2002 team was just here 20 years later. Now you see these guys as young adults, or even Tony was here last week at this time, who younger than those guys yet, starting his family, all those kinds of things. Those are the fun parts about college coaching. You really kind of miss that in the NFL. So anyway, it's a little different. It's a little different terrain coaching in college. I guess I've always looked at it differently, and but it's. Again, times are changing. We all know that. I mean, just NIL, transfer portal.
It's never going back. Do you think it'll ever go back to anywhere where it was?
I don't think it can right now. But I think my biggest concern about college football is just our lack of structure right now. There's really no framework, a firm framework that we're operating from. Whereas in the NFL, it's very clearly defined. Every part about it's very clearly defined, and that's one of the things I've always enjoyed about working here is you walk in every morning, know what the expectations are, and they've been very consistent, so, but yeah, we live in a changing world. We all know that. You got to change with the times.